Hi everybody, how y'all doing? So I was washing up, and then I began to, washing my face and get my eyes straightened out, everything, and I began to sing this kind of, first of all, kind of a goofy song, because sometimes I silly do these silly songs, just whatever, and and then I began to get all of a sudden I threw a lyric in, to get more serious, and I thought, oh my God, and then a little further, and so. Um, all the stuff I've been putting out on YouTube, I I just do pretty much spontaneous. There are a few songs that I've written from the past, but I like writing. I mean, everybody does, I guess, writing songs, and but there are some things that I've actually had, recorded not officially, but I mean, yeah, for my benefit on at recording studios, and some, um, a lot at home. But anyway, the point is that all the stuff here, it's been fun to make up songs as I go, but this is how it kind of starts. You get an idea in your mind, and then whether it be a lick on the harmonica or the guitar or piano, or whatever, or saxophone, and then you put the music, you come up with some words and then behind that. But for me, a lot of times, I'll be thinking of the words. I'll get a few lyrics in because I wrote before I could play music. Well, I started playing music when I was a little kid, the piano, like so many of us. But anyway, I uh, I tended to, after when I being a kid, like in my early teenage years and whatever, began to, and whatever through my teenage years and young 20s, I was learning how to play music, guitar and harmonica. But I had already begun to write quite a bit just for my own benefit. So I was more used to that. So I come up with some idea, or a thought maybe. I mean, sometimes it was a purposeful thing, and or usually it was something like, well, for instance, I was on interferon for a while to get rid of hepatitis B, which I successfully managed to do, gratefully. And my partner Rosalie and I were talking about it once, and then we were messing around with some ideas of music, and then we came up with an idea called, I guess we were kind of doing like a riff off a grunge band type thing, and so it began like a, get your hepatitis B candy shot, candy shot, candy shot. Get your hepatitis B candy shot. You feel the shot, or whatever. I forgot the words, but the idea was that it had been a true incident, and that's most of the stuff. Well, that's not true. I mean, so much of the stuff has to do with, kind of a generic thing. It seems like about, a woman did this or a woman did that or whatever, or it's kind of silly that, because I don't take more time to think, well, what's a more important thing besides, everybody getting messed over in relationships at different times in their lives. There's more to life than that, but it takes some effort sometimes to, dig a little further. So, but even so, I try to make this comical or interesting, or take it from, everybody has their own slant on relationships and their own experiences, even though they're the same. Even though 10,000 people can have the same thing happen, they'll have 10,000 different. You can't all. It's not all the same. Like everything, the way people drive a car, the way people ride a horse, the way people play the harmonica. It's it's always an individual thing. Some of it is generic, but some of it is, I mean, I guess. But anyway, so it depends on what you have in mind. I mean, you might come up with a cool lick, like I said, with an instrument, and then think, oh man, let's put some words behind that, and you're thinking like you're doing like okay, boom, 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 and then you don't even have anything particular in mind, but you're going lightning strikes, lightning struck twice. Lightning burned my house down. Lordy, Lordy, what a night. Oh, that's the wrong key. I'm singing the wrong key for the harmonica. But anyway, get the idea. Or let's try it with the harmonica and something. Now, I did that with the vocals, and you had the instrument come in. So let's see if it's like. I mean, in fact, let's do the thing. Well, I'll do the thing I thought of in a minute before, but first I'm just going to do it spontaneously. Or I'll just go. Oh God, forgive poor me. I know I have been a bad man. When I face you someday, will you take me in? I've not been very saintly life. I have not been very saintly life. Fact is, I've walked through the devil's playground, and I'm so tired of doing wrong. Oh Lord, I am so tired of playing this life out wrong. And I'm asking you, Lord, my sweet Lord, to take me in. I'm asking you, please forgive me through and through. I will do anything you ask me to. Before my time on this earth, Lord, before my time on this earth, Lord, before my time on this earth is done. All right, so, that came together pretty good, I think, but it was based on my life. Paul is not here. I got the parrot in the background in case anybody, there might be people that never haven't checked this channel out before, and I have some parrots. There's one out now in this kitchen, and she always calls the name out of somebody who used to work here, so we don't particularly like, but she constantly calls the name. Anyway, so that song was yeah, everybody has a life. I'm 68 years old. In the month, I've had a life, and I've not done all the things right I've done in my life, but I'm certainly no, major, criminal. I never spent time in prison, but for what that's worth, I've known many people that have. I don't judge that. That's fine. People change. The only time I have a problem with that is people spend time in prison and then they come back out, and then they screw people over again. But a lot of times, people that go to prison go back to prison because of some stupid parole violation, where they went to a liquor store with somebody and they should have been, at home after, went to a liquor store with somebody after 8 o'clock at night and they should have been home. And then somebody, or they get in a fight with their girlfriend and then she reports it to the parole officer, or the other way around. And then, wow, bam, they're back in prison. So, but that's, anyway, the point is that it's loosely based on my life. Now, I could have come up with, in fact, most of everything I write, I guess that would be the prerequisite, I suppose. I write, the stuff I do write is, including the stuff about, wrong love and girlfriends this and that and whatever. But there are some things that I do write that I write from experiences other people's experiences that I've read about. I wrote a song about the Texas Seven. I don't know if you're familiar with them, but they got out of 7 people got out of a Texas penitentiary, and I think one of them shot a man, off-duty cop or a security guard or something, killed him, and I believe after they were recaptured, and I'm not sure exactly, but even though it was one person that killed the cop, they all got sentenced to death after they were returned to prison. I'm pretty sure, or at least most of them. And so I wrote a song. About that. I guess, yeah. Hate to say it, but I gotta leave this place, or leave in Texas. I don't know. I forgot the name of it, but actually, so I write stuff like that from other people's point of view too, but I generally find it. In that situation, where playing the harmonica and that lick came up, I knew I wasn't going to do something like, or, but I kind of want to do something more. And with that song, I tried to stretch the notes out on purpose more. Sort of give a little different effect than shorter notes. More like that. Well, anyway, that's how I tend to write stuff, and I suppose I should save the best to last. Bear with this lick, because it's a little bit goofy, okay? And I'm just kidding when I said the best to last. I have no idea. Anyway, so I was washing up, like I said, and then I started to think, well, I have kind of a goofy lyric, but I'll try it. First, I gotta remember the Harp part. Well, I'm picking my nose, digging my potato. I'm picking my nose, digging my potato. I'm picking my nose, digging my potato, over a nickel or a dime. I'm picking my nose, digging my potatoes, over a nickel or a dime. If I'm lucky, it's a quarter of a gram. Well, I hate to say it, but I think I'm wasting my time. 'Cause after a while, I feel the same. Well, I'm picking my nose, digging my potatoes, and I never feel the same. 'Cause after a week or two, I got to get me more than I know how to do. So you better be careful if you're out on the street with me. Well, you better be careful if you're out on the street with me. 'Cause I need more now than a nickel or a dime. Well, I'm picking my nose, digging them potatoes. I'm picking my nose, now digging them potatoes. I'm wasting my time over a nickel or a dime. And if I'm lucky, it's a quarter of a girl. And if I'm lucky, it's a quarter of a girl. But I got that money from something I did. And I do not want to go into that. And I do not want to go into that. But if I'm on the street, you better not run. If I'm on the street, you better not run. If on the street, you better not run into me. Anyway, that's enough, class, for a lesson for today. I think you get the picture. So first it began as a goofy thing, where God wasn't up and Lord have mercy, and man, the human body, what a trip. What the hell's growing here? What's going on there? What's my feet doing here? What am I getting out of my system? And then all of a sudden it becomes more real and more, it comes with a silly look like that, and then just comes up with something you realize, yeah, some of the stuff that's happened to me is because of this, because I've injured myself. Now, I'm not just going to say whether I've done heroin or not, whatever, or whether I've done, but that's obviously, or could be about any drug related to that. But when you want something and you ain't got the money for it, some people will go and get it at all costs. And so that's kind of the way the song developed, Anyway, I don't think that's cool at all. I think that you should suffer through, your addiction. If you have an addiction and it's one thing to sell the stuff maybe to other addicts, another thing to do whatever, spend your paycheck on it. I don't think it's right if you have a family to take money from, what your kids or your wife or whatever you need it for legitimately. It's wrong, but and it's also wrong, to steal other people's money if you're an addict at holding them up, or stealing from their houses or whatever. But I don't know. I'm not trying to moralize. I'm just trying to say that, regarding myself, I didn't I didn't cross that line except one time when I was 17 years old, and I was with these two junkies near Washington, D.C., in Virginia, where I lived. I was 17, and this was more of a dare, thing. And so we wanted to cop some dope, and I admit I was into it a little bit, and, well, later on more than a little. But anyway, we wanted to cop some dope, and they said this guy, Pete, knew where there was a house, and there was usually a few $100s in a drawer right as you walked in. there was some a desk and drawers. But he didn't really want to go in the house, and I guess the door was supposed to be unlocked. And my other friend Dennis, they didn't really want to go. They were much cheaper. The addicts needed the money even more than me. But then I said, "Well, I'll go." He stupidly, "I'll go," And then Dennis says, "Well, I don't want him to get busted." He says that to Pete, and caught. And he said, "Okay, well, just dress in a white T-shirt and jeans. You'll be nondescript." And so I did that. I was skinny little punk, 17-year-old, the white T-shirt and jeans. Go in the house, shaking like, what did I get myself into? And then the door is there, the desk is there, and I'm like nervous. I kind of open up a couple drawers. I don't see any green. I don't see any cash. I don't see some papers and junk all over. And there's a couple of old things that look like some kind of coins. So, I picked up them. That's just to prove I actually gone into the place. But maybe there was something, I don't know. But I just wanted to get out. And before I picked up those coins, and I heard a little shuffling down the hallway. Like that. And I turned to look. It was about an 18-inch dog, about that high, and it's wagging its tail. And it's smiling at me. The dog is smiling at me. And I never felt in my 17 years of life then like such a punk bitch in my life. And I hadn't even been living that long. But that little dog smiled at me. It's wagging his tail. It licks my foot or whatever, my shoe. All I could think of was, I am gone from this place. And it is a memory I've had for 50 years, And I'll never be able to, get that out of my mind that I violated those people by going into their house and that a little dog came up to me. And their little dog came up to me and wagged his tail, smiled, and licked my shoe. Now, after that, I never did it again. All right, y'all take care and have a good Christmas if you don't see me again, or if you do, just the same. And I guess I should say, if you like this at all, please press like. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. And we have a little animal rescue here, and if all donations are appreciated, and they can be made through PayPal, and it can be found in the channel description. And I thank you all for your time. Bye-bye.